Hey y'all, welcome back to my channel, Crystal Heart. My name is Crystal and today we are going to do some Soul Sampler Roulette. Alright y'all, so this is last Soul Sampler Roulette's project. So if you haven't seen that video, y'all head over and check out that video. And also before we get started, hit the thumbs up button and also hit the subscribe button. And we're going to spin the wheel and see what box we're going to be doing for this episode of Soul Sampler Roulette. As usual, I have the spinner on my phone. And I am missing box 6 and box 9. So I took it off of the spinner. And let's spin. Oop. Let's see what we get. Is that number 4? Yes, number 4. So let me grab box number 4 and we'll see what it is. Alright y'all, we have box number 4. It was all the way to the bottom of the stack, so I have no clue what this could be. Let's go ahead and open it and see. Okay, we have box October 2022. Everything is coming up roses. It feels like there is some things in here, so let's see. Oh, there's a lot of stuff in here. Alright y'all, I'm going to switch y'all over to the downward view so we can take everything out of here and figure out what we're going to do with it. Alright y'all, let's see what we have here. So, I don't know if I remember this box very well. I do remember the fabric, which I do like this fabric. Although jelly rolls and strips are like my least favorite pre-cut, but I do like this fabric. And this collection is Country Rose by Lella Boutique. I think I actually have some of this fabric in my collection, in my stash. Alright, let's see what else is in here. There's a lot of stuff in here. Oh, the soak. We had that in last week's box as well. So we have all the soaks, sample packs. We have, what is this? I think this is a needle, something to hold needles. And then I remember the binding ruler. And the pattern. Y'all, I actually saw somebody post this for sale in the Soul Sampler swap, and I almost bought it. I didn't remember that I had it. Okay, I think there's like 2 patterns in here. I don't know. And then we have the Bliss block, is it? Yeah, the Bliss Quilt Along block is in there as well. So let's look at this and see. The ruler, yes. The soak, yes. Okay, this little thing was a pin, a needle holder. And then 2 of a kind pattern. And then the Bliss Quilt Along pattern. Okay. So we have all these strips. Let me take a look at this pattern and see what's going on and see if this is what we will be doing. Alright y'all, so I took a minute to look at this pattern and kind of decide what I want to do. And I know I'm going to use the pattern. I'm just kind of trying to think of how I want to use it, because honestly I like this pattern, but it finishes at 32 by 39, I think. 32 by 39 and a half. And that's just too small. I'm tired of doing like these projects that are like not even big enough to be a baby quilt. Like to me, that's not big enough. For me, a baby, I guess I could put borders on it. I don't know. But what really catches my eye is this table runner. But I don't have a square table or a table that's like a long table to even use a table runner on. So it catches my eye, but it's also like, what would I do with that? So I'm thinking that I will do the table runner, but modified version. Maybe combine the two patterns to make a bigger quilt, or do the table runner 3 times and line them up side by side. I'm not completely set on what I'm going to do. I'm just not, I just don't know. I know it's going to be a modified version of this table runner, because the table runner is 18 by 50 and a half, which is still, 50 and a half is still not that long, but I can work with that more than 39 and a half. I can put borders on a 50-inch and let it be a throw size, a lap size, throw size, sorry. I don't know. I'm gonna just start cutting for the table runner, and then along the way I'll decide. Let's think about what colors we want to use for this, because I think the table runner takes 10 strips, so it's 20 strips. It's a junior piece jelly roll. Okay, y'all, I think I figured it out. What I'm gonna do is a variation of the table runner, but I'm gonna make it into a baby size quilt. So I wish there was a better picture. The table runner has the flower, and then these little pieces on the side are supposed to be like it's supposed to be like a fence. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna eliminate the fence. I'm going to do 2 of the flower portions, which still won't be long enough for a baby size quilt, but I'm gonna put border and make it long enough for a baby size quilt. So I'm gonna take the pinks, and the pinks are gonna be the flowers, just the way it looks here, and then the green for the leaves and the stem, and then whatever I have left will be border action, even if it has to be a pieced border, a scrappy looking border, whatever it may be. We're gonna figure it out, and I think it's gonna end up being super cute. So I'm gonna go ahead and start cutting fabric for this. Okay, I forgot to give y'all a good view of the fabrics for people who have never seen this collection. So here it is. I'm just kind of spreading it out. These are the pinks. It's a really beautiful collection. Pinks and peaches and greens, and then all those same in the blue, and then this pinkish gingham. So it's a really beautiful collection. So I think this will make a beautiful baby quilt. Alright, I just wanted to hop back and show y'all the fabrics before I start cutting into them. Okay, so I have all my strips cut. Usually I always do a white background, but I had all of this like tan colored fabric from the craft thrift. I had bought like 2 big bundles of it just because I thought it would be nice to have a bunch of one kind of fabric that I could use for a background. And here we are. I think it'll be perfect with the greens and the pinks. I think this is the perfect background. So I got all the strips cut. Now I'm gonna cut the background and start putting it all together. Alright y'all, just a quick update. I am making progress. It's not that hard of a pattern. You can't really see what this is, but I'm loving the tan. It's giving it like a little vintagey look. The one thing that I do want to say is the pattern is, in my opinion, just not written in a way that I like. Usually in the So Sampler boxes or the It's So Emma patterns, the Fat Quarter Shop patterns, I love the way the patterns are written out. I think that they do a great job at making things super easy to understand and to read. This one is more so the cutting guide. When I cut, I like to have labels like A, B, C, D, E. There's no labeling of the fabrics. They just tell you the sizes to cut. And then when it's time to piece, they say put 2.5 by 5 inch rectangle with 2.5 by 4 inch rectangle or whatever. And it's like, okay, now I gotta go make sure and measure that I have the right pieces. I don't like that. And that's about it. Like, the pictures in the pattern are really good. It's easy to understand in that way, and the pattern is not that hard to put together. Also, another thing that I did not like is, why is there so much waste for some of this? Like, they make you cut out strips, 2 strips, piece them together, and then cut a triangle. Why do I have this much extra fabric from cutting that triangle when you could have made me cut a strip this short, and then all of this wouldn't be waste? I don't know. To me, that's just, that part of the pattern was not written. That part of the pattern was not written well. But I think I will take those pieces and possibly do something else with it though. Make a pillow or something. I don't know if I feel like doing all that. But anyway, just wanted to check back in and say that progress is happening. I don't know how long it's going to take me to finish this whole ordeal, but it's coming along. And I'll see y'all after I get more done. Okay, y'all, so I was just casually walking past my design wall and I had a thought. So these are the 2 blocks that I'm done with so far, and I love them. I think they're so cute. I think the tan background is really gives it a different look. So the stem and the leaves at the bottom, in the pattern you put another stem and leaf at the top. Yeah, stem and leaf at the top, and it makes the table runner. Well, my idea was to put it to make 2 table runners and hook them together. Well, now as I'm passing by, I'm thinking, why do I need to put a stem and leaf at the top of the flower? I had all that extra waste of fabric because of the way the pattern was written, that I could actually make 2 more flowers and then put those stem and leaves at the bottom of those flowers and have 4 flowers in the pattern rather than 2 flowers with 2 stems, which doesn't really make a whole lot of sense anyway. So I think that's what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna make 4 flowers and put some borders on it to make it bigger as well, because each of these flowers are 18 inches wide, so together it's 36 inches wide. But I want it to be bigger than that, so I'm gonna put some borders. And yeah, I just want to come back and say that. Alright, y'all, so we are done for the most part. I'm going to show y'all where we're not done, but let's get into everything. So the original pattern was a table runner where it was a flower, a stem, and then another stem at the top. Well, I decided to put the flowers side by side, and then there was a lot of waste from making these flowers, so I thought, with the waste, I can just make 2 more flowers and put the stems at the bottom of those flowers. But I also didn't realize there was enough waste to do this part, but not, I had to piece together some pieces to get this part done. So there's an extra seam right here on those parts, which is fine. I don't care about that. I think it's still cute. And this is it. Now, the part that I need to tell y'all about is the border. So the border, I just so happen to have some of this fabric in my stash. This is also in the collection, so I got a strip of this in the Sew Sampler box, but it wasn't enough to make a border. So I was gonna do a scrappy border with all of the fabric that was left over, but decided to use some from my stash. Well, I just actually ran into it not knowing that I had this in my stash, and then I had enough for a border, kinda, because if we come all the way down here, I ran out of border right there. So I have about 6 inches of border that is missing. So honestly, I love this gingham border. So what I'm going to do is probably just look for a piece at the craft thrift, or I don't know. I'm just gonna put this up just that way until I find another piece of this. Okay, y'all, I just wanted to add in here that I actually did find a piece of that gingham, so I can add to it. I love it. I really do. And I think it would make a beautiful baby quilt. So it is about 40 inches by 48 inches, I think, or 49 inches. So about 40 by 50. So I'll be able to get a continuous piece of backing because it's shorter than with the fabric that way. So I can just get a yard and a half or so and be able to do a continuous backing, which is what I love about baby quilts, is that you can just get a piece of fabric and not have to piece anything for the backing. But yeah, so I'm gonna turn around and we're gonna talk about this in the outro, and that's about it. But I love this quilt, y'all. I love it. I love it. I love it. All right, y'all, another Sew Sampler Roulette in the books. We're done. All I have to do now is find an 8-inch piece of this gingham. Eventually I'll either find it or I'll have to do something else with it, but otherwise it's done. I call it finished. I love it, actually. And as for what's in the box, these little soap packets I decided to put with my my freebie stuff. So when people buy out of my Etsy shop, it can be like a little freebie. So like I sell cross stitch fabric, tea-dyed, Ada, and all that. I'll just throw that in there, and maybe they can use that to wash projects. What else? This binding tool, I did not bind anything, but it's not a binding. It's just, it just holds your binding. I didn't bind anything, so that's that. And the needle holder is going in my EPP box to put all my needles for EPP, English paper piecing. So I used pretty much everything. This is the amount of fabric that I had left. I actually think that I'm going to use this fabric towards a smaller project, like a little wall hanging or something, because I really do love this line of fabric, but I just didn't find a place to put it in this quilt. So if you like this video, hit the thumbs up. If you're into the Sew Sampler Roulette thing, then make sure you subscribe so you do not miss any other Sew Sampler Roulettes. And also hit the bell button so that you don't miss when I post videos or when we go live, which is 7 p.m. Central every Friday night. And if you want to see what everybody is working on, then make sure to hit the link below to go to the Facebook group and join in the Facebook group where we share projects. Everybody's talking. Also, if you are interested in doing a quilt along, sew along, or stitch along for cross stitch, we are doing the shine on pattern. Also, look for the videos for that on my channel, and also join the Facebook group where you can see what everybody's doing. That's starting in April. So that's about it, y'all. Other than that, I'll just say bye.